G'day my Lego friends, or should I say fish friends, because that is the main aim of this video tonight, is to show you my fish tanks. But we can't have fish without a little bit of Lego, so I've got a little box here to open up. Here's just an old man sitting on his rocking chair. So we're going to get into the fish, but let's have a look at some Lego. Now, I went to the Lego shop for this, and I would never normally go to the Lego shop for small sets like this, but for some reason I couldn't find this set anywhere in Australia. I saw it come up briefly once on Amazon, and I'm not sure what happened, but I decided to wait a moment. I think I was hoping I might be able to get it for a little bit cheaper, and before I knew it was sold out and didn't come back up again. So I don't know what's going on. It was very hard to get. I waited almost 3 weeks, still didn't see it anywhere, so I thought, stuff it, I'm just going to order it from Lego. Now, 2 smaller sets. It wasn't at the free shipping threshold, which is $150 or $149.99, whatever it is, something like that. So I ordered the Ahsoka Battle Pack as well, but that was back ordered, so that's not in this package today. And sorry for the lighting, hopefully this lighting's good enough. I just thought I'd sit in the light of the fish tanks, give it a little bit of atmosphere. And okay, so the first set I've got to show you today is this awesome Batwing. Check that out. So very cool. What's this number? 76265. Batwing Batman versus the Joker. Yeah, I think this looks very cool, this Batwing. So I picked up that, but the one that was really hard to get, I'm just going to throw all these back here, was this one right here, this Batmobile. So yeah, have you guys seen it? Probably by the time this video's come out. So I'm filming this right at the end of September. So yeah, so I waited 3 weeks, ordered from Lego, they just come in today. So I got this Batmobile, was really keen to get this. 76224, Batmobile, Batman versus the Joker, Chase. So yeah, very cool, can't wait to build these. I reckon I'm just going to go straight out in the Lego room after this and do a little bit of building. But I wanted to show the fish tanks to you, because the last time I showed the fish tanks was when I'd finished doing this whole new setup I've got out here. And yeah, so I'd got it all done, all set up, and I filmed it then. And that was the very end of December. So it's been quite some time. I've got changes, not massive changes. One tank especially has had quite a few changes. So instead of talking about it, let me show you. Now I normally start up the other end, but that's the tank with the big changes. So let me show you the big boys here, and they're all hanging down this end because that's where they get fed. So yeah, it's pretty empty down here. They've got all this space, and the silly dicks all hang up down their one end. No, they're all waiting for their feed. So a few little changes here. My big Sinspillum, I lost my big Sinspillum. He honestly, he was never quite the same after the move, where I had to move him out of the old tank into a pond and then back into this new tank. Yeah, he just never really coped with that moving, and yeah, it was a bit of a slow demise for him, unfortunately. And I did lose my chocolate cichlid as well. He got a little tiny nick on his head, and didn't think too much of it. Put some salt in the tank just to help heal it. Never really healed. It was slowly getting bigger, so I actually took him out, put him on antibiotics, did everything I could for him, but it just got worse and worse until I lost him. So yeah, that was quite sad. So talking about hierarchies last time in my tank, there's been some changes. This big boy now, this big black belt, I think I talked at that time, he was like 3rd in the tank. He's now the boss. He's sort of the Oscar. The Oscar's getting pretty old now. He's a bit cranky now. Look at him. He's feed me. Put something in his big mouth.
He's sort of old enough now. I was a bit surprised. He didn't really care. He sort of gave up his top spot without much of a fight. But yeah, this black belly, he is just getting absolutely beautiful now, isn't he? He is one gorgeous fish. So yeah, yeah, a few little changes there. I think at that time, Christmas, this was a new fish, this Rivulatus. I had him in a quarantine tank. He was only quite small, and have a look at him now. He's starting to get quite big. He's a chunky little bugger, isn't he? He's going to certainly put on some size soon now that he's gotten so chunky. But yeah, this tank, I don't think I've changed. I might have taken some of the plastic plants out. I don't think it's had too many changes. But yeah, still looking awesome. I'll just quickly go down here to the quarantine tanks here. I've got, he's just swam in that. In there is a red-tailed black shark. He actually started to take a fancy to the slime coat on some of these big fish and was starting to nibble on the sides of them, and so much so on some of them he was starting to put little wounds on them. So yeah, I had to bloody get him out. There he is there. They can be absolute pests, as beautiful as they are. So he's just in this tank for now until I work out what's going on. And down here, these fish are under quarantine. I've got some little Cory cats in here. There's quite a few of them, but they're all sort of hiding at the moment. I think there's about, I don't know, about 15 odd in here. And they're quite small. I'm just trying to get a bit of size on them before I add them to the other tank. So let's go down. Have a quick squiz down here and have a look at this tank. This is a tank that still gets me the most excited, even though I've loved my big cichlids for so long. Yeah, I just absolutely am in love with this tank. Changes here, I don't think it's actually had any changes. Maybe some plants a little bit different. I had moss growing on this root, which was growing really well and was looking really good, but these bristlenose just all of a sudden decided it was great fun to dive into the middle of the moss and thrash around and rip it all into pieces. So yeah, they absolutely just destroyed it. So in the end I just cut off what was left. You got a nice Trifasciata Apisto there. Isn't he gorgeous? But yeah, fish-wise, don't think it's too different. I think I had these Congo tetras in quarantine when I filmed last time, so they're in here and they've already gotten to full size or very close to it. The clown loaches, I think too. This clown loach here, I think they're in quarantine as well, so they're relatively new. There's another one in here, big one. I don't even, strange that he's not out swimming around. He's always hungry. There's me big cactus pleco. But yeah, nah, this tank is looking gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, not too much so. There's a big, oh crikey, I almost tripped over there. There's me big knife fish up the back there. He's out. And to all the other fish get in the way. Very nice, lots of colour in this tank. Alright, and then the last tank. So it's not too much different, got a few more plants in there now, but you're probably saying, where's all the fish? Because they're bloody hiding now. So my discus, I had a problem with my discus. Oh, there he is. There's one guy there. So we'll just let him get used to the camera. I'll just stay back. Yeah, I had a problem with my discus even from the time I filmed 8 months ago. They weren't well. I was medicating them back then as well. But yeah, they had, I'm not sure what it was that was wrong with them, but they ended up having some parasite or something, and it actually made them go blind. So it was very difficult to feed them. I was hand feeding them. Yeah, I had so many problems with them, but yeah, in the end, I had to euthanize them because they just weren't doing well. So it was very sad after all the years I had my discus. So that was quite sad. So I went in a completely different direction and just went, I guess not so much of a different direction because it's still pretty much a species tank, but I got some Senegal Bashirs, or dinosaur fish, and they do bloody look like dinosaurs, don't they? Check him out. So there's 2 of these guys in here. Now, in the States, these are pretty common cheap fish. In Australia here, they're bloody expensive. So don't ask me how much they were, because they weren't cheap, I tell you, but they are really cool. So I'm going to add some Cory cats in here and see how they go. A lot of people say, oh, you got to be careful what you put in with these guys because they'll eat whatever they can get in their mouth. But I find them to be really, really mellow. So much so I put shrimp in here for them to eat. There's a shrimp right there. And they didn't even eat the shrimp. So yeah. Yeah, just goes to show they can't be too bad. I mean, if something was in here was pretty slow and they let them sort of get their mouth around them, I'm sure they would eat them. But yeah, they're not too switched on. Their eyesight's not the best, and by the time they can work out what something is and to eat it, it'd be long gone. He's just shading himself under the leaf there. I don't think that's going to focus. Now I've got a few other fish in here, or 2 other fish. I've got, if I come around the side here, these guys are normally always out too. He's eating something back in this corner. That there, oh, and there he goes around the corner. That is a royal whiptail. And he's gone. So I've got a royal whiptail and I've got a long nose whiptail as well, which is behind the bubbles there. Let's see if I can zoom in on him. There he is there. So yeah, very cool fish. Complete opposites. They're pretty much a vegetarian and these guys are pretty much carnivores, so which makes it really good. I can feed them one sort of meal for these guys and I can put vegetarian stuff in for the whiptails, and yeah, they don't all get into it, so it's good to be able to easily feed them like that. I wanted to show the royal whiptail a bit more, but yeah, there he is there. Yeah, very striking fish. So I'm not going to add too much more to this tank. Like I said, I'm going to put some Cories in here. I may put something that stays up on the surface a little bit more, not too sure. But yeah, these guys are the star of the show. And that is all the tanks. So yeah, still looking pretty sweet. Oh, there's a knifey now. There he is. Oh, just having a go at something. There he goes in his hole. And he's gone. So there you go, guys. Just a, well, I was going to say a quick update. I don't know if it was too quick, but relatively quick. I didn't ramble on so much as I did in the last time I showed the fish off. There was some rambling, wasn't there? So yeah, I hope you did enjoy this video. Let me know about the Lego sets. Did you pick those up? Have you seen that Batmobile floating around in the shops? You know, I couldn't find it online. But yeah, maybe you're lucky enough to find it. I guess if you're in a city and there's a Lego shop, you picked it up pretty easy. But yeah, couldn't find it in the retail shops or the department stores. Yeah, all right, guys. Big thanks for taking the time to watch, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.